Mr. X may be the richest man today on earth. Be rest assured that in some years to come, Mr. Y will take over. You might be the best in whatever you are doing today, but tomorrow someone else will take that place. Greetings, everyone, and once more, welcome to Great Mind TV. It is always a great privilege having you guys here, as you all know. Here in this channel, we talk about Christian faith and lifestyle. And you have seen it in the topic already. There are three things you should never force in life. I know we have been taught to go for what we want, insist until we have it. I am totally okay with that. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, I am a fan of that theory that you should go for what you want in life. Yet, we have three things that you should never force. And if you make up your mind to force those things, then you are responsible for the suffering you will definitely go through. You are responsible for the pains you will go through. These things should come naturally to you. The very first thing here on my list is friendship. Yes, friendship. Friendship is not something we force or beg for. If you force friendship or beg for friendship, you are saying good morning to disrespect. Myself, I remember when I was still a child, I had some couple of friends. So I was always going to their place. I was always visiting them. Funny enough, they didn't even know where I was living, and they didn't even want to. My mom used to call me then to ask me, but guy, how far? How will you be keeping friends that they don't even want to know where you live, and yet you are going to their place every day? You know, as a child, those things were difficult to understand. As long as you have someone to play with, you are okay with that. But as time goes on, we began to see the reality, the truth of what she was saying. So if you notice that your friendship is one-sided, then just know it's time to let go. Not because you hate the other person, but because it is not healthy for you. It is very difficult to be in a situation whereby if you don't call the other person won't call. If you don't test the other person, he or she won't test. The person doesn't even care at all. See, friendship is so precious that you cannot afford wasting it on people who don't value it. So it comes naturally. We do not force it. So it must be two-sided. This is what I'm trying to say. This is your friendship, right? This particular rope is your friendship. And we have two people here. This person here is holding it, and this other person is also holding it. This is what makes a healthy friendship. Now, if one person decides to let go, you see what happens, right? The weight is just on this other person, and you cannot handle it alone. You cannot maintain this alone. The best thing you can do for yourself, for your own mental health, is to let go. There is nothing wrong with letting go. It doesn't mean that you hate the person, but you cannot do this alone. Okay, so what can you do now? The only thing you can do now is to select your friends. Yeah, choose your friends wisely. Also try to look at those people who reciprocate what you do for them. Those people who call you as you call them, they test you as you test them, they care for you. Those are the kind of people you can actually call your friends. Anything aside of this will only bring disrespect and pains. That being said, the second thing on my list is something I know we are all expecting. It is love. Any relationship you have to beg again and again will only result in frustration, depression, sufferings, and pains. If you notice that you love someone and the person doesn't love you in return, let go. Let people go if they want to go. Don't force people to stay when they want to go. The question I'm going to ask you now is, do you want to be with someone who has chosen you wholeheartedly without thinking twice? Or you want to be with someone that you begged and begged again and again before the person finally chose you, maybe out of pity, or better still, the relationship he or she thought will work didn't work out, and the person is just picking you now because the person has no option. I think the answer is very clear. Don't allow people to treat you as though being with you is doing you a favor. There are some relationships that won't last forever, no matter how much you desire that they should. And if you insist, if you try to force this relationship, the truth is you are going to destroy your value, and it's just a matter of time. You begin to lack confidence in yourself, because you see these three things: family, childhood friends, and the toxic relationship are the major things that destroy the self-confidence of a man. And the worst part is that it can even hinder you from building a healthy relationship with someone who is ready and willing to build with you. So if someone decides to live your life whereas you didn't do anything wrong, let them go. I know it's going to be painful. I have been there a couple of times, but I always try to use it to my own advantage to improve on my own self. It is not a sin to let someone go if you feel as though it is not working. It's not a sin. So live in acceptance, be natural, invest in your relationship, invest in your partner. But if you feel as though it is not working, don't force it. It is better to end a courtship than to divorce. If you feel as though the effort you are putting in is not well appreciated, then it makes no sense to stay. It makes no sense to stay. There are approximately 7 to 8 billion people here on earth, and we can see estimate 1 to 3 billions to be Christian. You won't tell me that in all those figures you won't find just one person who is going to love you if another person doesn't. The problem is you are not ready to let go of this other opportunity so that you will see other opportunities. Yes, you have a door that is open here, but it is causing you pain. So the third thing here on my list is success. Success is one of the most unfaithful things that have ever existed in the history of mankind. Yes, so I'd rather be a man of value than to be a man of success. Why? Because success is temporary. It's just for a while. What am I trying to say? Today, Frank Edward might be the best singer in the world. GUC might be the best singer in the world. But be rest assured that tomorrow it will be someone else. Mr. X may be the richest man today on earth. Be rest assured that in some years to come, or not, Mr. Y will take over. You might be the best in whatever you are doing today, but tomorrow someone else will take that place. Your value will live on even when you may have gone. What am I trying to say? For instance, I grew up with a man who didn't have a child, and this man wasn't rich, yet he wasn't poor. Are you saying it? So he was just there. In his house every year, we had almost 15, 20 to 25 children living in that house every year, and we were all going to school. And there were things he taught me that every day I go out today, I meet them there, and I know how to do what, how to respond to those things. There are certain things he even taught me I didn't understand it then, because you cannot compare your brain to that of an old man. I didn't understand it, but today I'm encountering those things, and I'm just like, hey, Papa Yakuba told me this thing, and I know how to respond to this thing. Though today he is no more, today he is dead, his value is still there. He raised people who are now married to ministers. He raised doctors. He raised musicians. He raised pastors, and many other people he sponsored till they actually had their master degrees. That is what I'm talking about. That's the value I'm talking about. You can force value, but not success. Yes, work hard and pray to God for him to bless the work of your hands, but don't force success. Allow it to come naturally to you. Allow your work to do it for you. Allow the things you do to do the success part. Success is good, but don't desire it at all costs. Work hard, pray hard, and ask the Lord to do what? To bless the work of your hand. That what you are doing should bear fruit, but don't look for success at all costs. Don't depend on success. So these are the three things you should never force in life. This is what I wanted to share. I will conclude by still saying this. If you hold on to success a lot, you will end up in depression when that success won't be anymore. That is why many top music stars fall into drugs, alcohol, some even put bullets on their head because they cannot handle the fact that they are not longer at the top, that a new generation has taken over. That was that for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. By so doing, the family will be growing. You see, the family will be growing. Also share my video to your friends and those you know will be interested in topics like this. See you in the next video. Before that, if you have forced any of these three things that I just mentioned, you can make use of the comment section to tell us your experience. Thank you for watching and remain blessed.